CSGO Pro League, T-Squared and Ryu hanging out at the Xfinity desk. We want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Mountain Dew, for making this season possible. We appreciate your continued support. Also, I'd like to mention that ESL 1 is taking place October 1st and 2nd at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. 8 teams are competing for $250,000 in prize money, but the action doesn't stop there. The Street Fighter V Brooklyn Beatdown is taking place as well. That's an open tournament with $75,000 in prize money. For more information on that, ESL-1.com is your destination. But this is the matchup I know a lot of people are looking forward to. Immortals going up against OpTic Gaming.
Yep, so we've seen OpTic. They've done a little bit, I think we called it Esports Survivor, I think is what the term was, where
Yeah.
They had Daps, then they didn't have Daps, then they had Stan, didn't have Stan, then they had Tarek. They still have Tarek, but now they also have Stan and they don't have Daps. So probably not going to be able to do that one again as fast if I were to try it, but we do see here Stanislaw, Naf, Tarek, Rush, and Mixwell. Mixwell's had a really, really good season. I think he's up towards the top of the list in frags per round. Was probably their best pickup so far. I don't think Tarek has really lived up to the pickup that was and is Mixwell. We've seen a little bit from him on one or two maps from Tarek specifically where he has gone off, and he does bring an element of firepower to this team that I think they were looking to have to take that next step. Right now, fighting it out against a really hot Immortals team to try to make the playoffs towards the end of the season. And then for the Immortals, we see Henny, Lucas, Phelps, Bolts, and Zeus. Phelps is, I think, another player that's towards the top in frags per round in the FPR statistic. He tends to be the indicator, kind of the barometer of how well this team is playing. If he's playing well, the team's usually playing well. And I think actually Bolts is up there too, towards the top of the list. I always call him the rock for this team because he's probably the most consistent high-level player in the division. There's very few maps that he's not there towards the top. He's not going to be the guy that puts up 38, but he's not the guy that's only going to put up 8 either in a map. And we've seen him have a lot of shutdown performances, does a good job in solo site situations, a really good, smart player.
So I believe the maps are going to be Cbble and Cash. Based on recent performances, what advantages do you think each team has on each map?
Oh man, that's tough. I think historically, Immortals has struggled on Cash, but they've been playing it better recently, and they do a really good job with the double op. It used to be Showtime, who was the second op for them, no longer with the team. Phelps has done a really good job with it. He's done a good job at anchoring site. You'll know that he's at like quad, and you won't be able to kill him. Like he'll kill one, then he just kind of wraps around. So I think the CT side of Immortals on that map is very, very good. And then on the side of Cbble, I would actually expect Mixwell to go off because it is a map that he plays extremely well. They do a lot of the same things. For example, you'll see when we get to Cobblestone, I think it's either Mixwell and Rush or sometimes Stan and Rush. They'll throw the same nades to clear out drop. It's a molly and a flash together, and then they double peek it. When they do it with Mixwell, he almost always kills the person there. So I think for Immortals, the key to victory is Phelps has to have a really good CT side for Cash. And then on the other side, the key to victory for OpTic on Cobblestone is that Mixwell's got to play well.
All right, guys. Well, we're about to find out what's going to happen. The players are readying up in the lobby, so I'm going to throw it on over to the casters. We got the Bears and Blue. Take it away, dudes.
Welcome back to the cast.
Hello. It's been a while. It feels like it's been a long time.
It has been a long time.
It's been a
Ever
couple
since
days.
last week.
It seems like a long time.
It's a long
at least.
delay.
Yeah, I feel like you should be casting every day almost.
Yeah, we didn't have a Thursday stream. So
That's true.
It felt
That's
like
true.
a
felt longer.
wider gap than usual.
I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back. I'm glad to watch some more high-level CS. I'm very excited for this game. Good thing that I saw the roster thing because I almost was thinking about saying Shazam, but he hasn't been OpTic in a while now.
That's a long time.
That's a
coming,
while ago. I don't know. My mind was like, Shazam. Why is he popping up my head? I don't know.
He's on Echo Fox now.
He is.
So
he
was unceremoniously removed from OpTic quite a long time ago.
Yeah, maybe with the Survivor thing, you know, over there.
Seems like it was a part of it.
Just mixing it up, mixing and matching. But that's OpTic's been doing pretty well so far.
Yeah, so far. I think Lex said it pretty well before too. How they're sort of building themselves up to be that top 4 team. And despite some of these changes they made, not have appeared as large as some have been in the past year, and a little bit of a shuffling. Still have Stanislaw on the roster for now.
It's working.
We still don't really know how exactly that's going to pan out over the next couple of weeks, but it seems like this is a bit of a mainstay. So
I believe they just beat NRG in the ESL 1 qualifiers. So I mean that has to be doing something right. I mean NRG's not a pushover team.
Got a few more matches to go though before actually qualify for New York. They've got to get past
baby steps. You got to work your way up there.
They got to get past. So this is actually a precursor too, because not only are they playing them here for the Pro League, but if I remember the brackets correctly for the ESL 1 New York qualifiers, they also have to play them again in the best of 3 in the semifinals for that qualifier. So if I'm remembering the way that those brackets are progressing properly, this is the team that may end up stopping them there. And then even if they get past the Immortals there, then they have to go up against either Cloud9, CLG, or Echo Fox, I believe.
It's a
Or
long,
it's not Echo
it's
Fox,
a long
TSM.
road. It's still a long road ahead of them.
Definitely.
Yes.
And we'll have that develop over the next few weeks or so as we approach ESL 1 New York. But we're here to focus on this match. Now, once again, the Immortals versus OpTic. First match of 2 here is going to be on Cobblestone, and we will be jumping into it right now with Immortals starting off on the CT side and OpTic jumping onto the T side. Moving very quickly into the B halls here now, wasting no time with setting up the default push down onto the site. And whereas the guys from the Immortals are taking a little bit more of a passive route, they are trying to defend actively in the drop here. Unfortunately, it doesn't really go the greatest. 1 for 1 and now 2 for 1 in the favor of OpTic as they push out. Derek finding Zeus, and also another nice kill. Denies Phelps of any pressure as soon as he tries to jump into window to trade out some frags and drop, and now Bolts. Nicely done from him. A fast pickup on a Tarek. 2 more still alive, and there we go. And he also finding another one. It equalizes things finally. Stanislaw hoping for that push out from drop. Mistimes it, but then re-peeking brings Bolts back down to 7 HP. There's Rush finishing up Bolts, and the quick peek back outside. Destroys Henny. OpTic, they'll claim the pistol round, and they get the lead to start off this match.
Started off pretty with some nice shots by Tarek and everyone over in that drop area. And it was kind of close, kind of scary there for a second for Team OpTic. But in the end, Rush with 2 nice last shots there to finish the round.
So OpTic with that lead now, they will be buying up into the SMGs and AKs as we normally come to expect here. Immortals at the same time with the usual secondary round 4 spy that they'll go for. Everybody except for Henny and Lucas picking up armor. And, well, we actually are going to see some pretty early aggression coming out from Henny, but
1
it gets
HP.
completely denied by those HE grenades tossed out there. He's down at 1 now, and this is going to cause a lot more of a passive style to be played by the Immortals because of that.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's kind of holding on to that scout. I know he is the AWPer of the team, but maybe you want to pass it off to a teammate with 100 HP. But that's how he rolls. He's dangerous.
Possibly one with armor as well. May help out the case a little bit.
That's true, yeah. And someone with armor with a gun, And Felt jumps up and spots him, but he's going to play it safe, kind of sit back, let the Team OpTic just push in the bomb site.
And for now, OpTic 2 actually are going to give up on pursuing over here towards B. Just wrapping back down over here in towards the mid connector. And the Immortals really don't have a lot of defense here for right now, mainly just having Bolts. I believe he's sitting in an alleyway just outside of A-Long. But for the rest of the team, they are slowly starting to rotate in. It's a bit of a hesitant one. As you can see, that Phelps jumping back up over towards the balcony. That nade, well, it actually was in a perfect position. It went a little bit too deep, and because of that didn't do all that much damage. So as they move in, Bolts catches 1 from this spot, and Phelps finally peeking back out there. He's going to grab 1, but it's all very evenly traded out, and obviously in an advantage situation now for OpTic Gaming here. We see only 2 being left alive, and it's still one of them being Henny with only that single HP. So first of the 2 kills picked up against Lucas, and Henny follows pretty quickly. Stanislaw racking up the 2 final frags. Does put the second round on the board for these guys.
Yeah, nice movement from Team OpTic there and able to exchange kills in the A bomb site. They're all around the Immortals is kind of hiding in some weird spots, behind the bomb site, just holding around in fence, and OpTic was able to minimize the 5-7 domination that we've seen so much in this league so far.
So now, again, OpTic getting themselves in what should be the easier round for themselves now. Immortals are still going to go for the 3-man stack over here towards B. 4th player also rotating over pretty quickly too, but OpTic wasting no time in this one. Quick control of drop. They're moving out. Already 3 kills. One of them screwing them up a little bit there as Lucas is caught in between just below the broken wall and on the approach over there towards the drop area. But ultimately, again, he only gets 1 kill. It's traded out, and the same thing for Henny as the last man standing.
I like that pace. Fast, not making any mistakes, not letting them pick them off 1 by 1. They're just right straight to the point. Let's go nade down the drop area and just take a dump on them, Yeah.
All right. It's one way to put it.
It's one way to put it.
Just going in and dropping a dump on the B-bomb site. No respect.
No respect.
It's maybe your lawn, but it's my territory now.
Looks like OpTic's going to do a little default. They're going to kind of spread out. As Stanislaw hit towards the middle, he gets Henny down pretty low in the middle, and Henny's just sitting in the smoke, but they're not going to pursue him. He's going to leave Not Fly. He's going to just fall back out towards B. It looks like it's going to be a B execute here.
We'll still wait for that execute, though, as they run down the timer. And keep in mind, still, a few of their players are working with guns from the anti-ecos, notably Tarek and Naf, sitting on the SMG and the Galil for Naf. But Henny already being brought down to 11 HP at the moment, really just taking their time, playing into the default to try and find that intel and really prevent the Immortals from getting it too. A large part of the CT side is their capability to push out here, like what Phelps is doing now, and try to catch these hits before they explode on the site. Phelps, though, actually does have the potential to do something big and overall just stop the cap pressure from moving out in its entirety. But for now, can't see anything with the smoke coverage, and Lucas is here, sitting just on the outside, prevent them from moving in. Lucas, unfortunately, gets brought down very low, too, to 17 HP, but none of these kills are happening, and Lucas even dives in for a second before finally going down. There's Zeus up on top of the tree spot, also finds 1 kill before going out to Mixwell. It'll be a 2v2, and it's virtually even. Henny at 11 HP, Mixwell 12, and the other 2 players on either team at full HP.
Yeah, Nafly has a pretty good position up here. If he could watch his back, though, because Henny's going to flank him. He headshots him, but Nafly is just going to turn and shoot him. That's a 2-on-1 in favor of OpTic, and it should be good. And Nafly clutch peek, and he's not scared of the peek with low HP, and it worked out in his favor.
Combined HP of 14 on the remaining members of OpTic at the end there, but they do piece it together. And that one first kill back over here, like we can see. Now I've caught off guard initially, but a good reaction on the Henny. And Bolts has a great chance to clutch this out, but ultimately is not expecting that broken wall peak.
That's pretty unlucky. That was pretty unlucky.
Careful.
Headshot. You got headshot it.
Careful with that word.
Oh yeah, can't say lucky. No,
It's pretty
never lucky.
That was pretty timing, is the appropriate.
It's like Hearthstone. There's no luck. It's all skill. Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
There's
there you
the
go.
shots.
There we go.
There's the
Brought it back.
rage.
Looks like OpTic's going to sit back. They know they're probably going to buy some pistols, and so they're going to sit back, try and use their range. You know, you have rifles, no need to push up on angles just yet. Toss some Molotov, clear out some spots. OpTic decides they're going to fall back after tossing those nades. Immortals still keeping 4 people towards B, so if OpTic has a small timing window, and Rush picks off Henny in the middle, and so now they're going to start taking over towards A halls in the middle, and they're moving pretty quick.
So OpTic are going to proceed over here towards the A-bomb site. As you mentioned, a pretty quick pace about it too. Bolt's trying to rotate in, but I mean, he's not going to be able to do that much as he pushes out towards balcony here. He's found by not only Tarek initially as he drops down, but then basically finished off 2 players, hitting him up at once there as he goes for the drop down play. And Tarek even getting a little aggressive there too, moving into the crawl space, but oh, Phelps somehow doesn't get that kill. And Tarek turns it back around and shuts him out instead.
Yeah, that hurts to hurt that CZ up close like that, especially when guys not even turn to you. That just stings. That stings the nostrils.
You really got to win those.
Yeah, you really got to win those. I'm pretty sure a couple of these guys have had those kind of binds, you know? You really got to win those.
That would be great. If we just start
spamming
the chat. A bunch of pros just start using binds again, man.
They should. You know,
Chat would get real toxic real quick.
I used to use binds back in the day.
Did you?
Yeah. It's good. It adds a little character to you.
It's that old school and environment,
Old school,
man.
you know?
We miss that. We just don't see it anymore.
Old school, we used to yell at the other team and scream and call them names.
That's it's Splice back from the MLG arena. For anybody that remembers that.
Oh yeah. Looks like OpTic's going to do a B rush off the bat. Molotov smokes. And so far they managed to get out, and Tarek kills Lucas with an
C2. OpTic are just burning alive here at this point. It's actually a good hold from the Immortals. However, OpTic are trying to battle back to it. They bring it into a 3-on-3. Smoke tossed up to get them a little bit of coverage. However, I think that Molotov goes back and forces them out of position. There's Nap. Nap not only burns Zeus by forcing him back into the Molotov, but takes down a second player too. That's Bolts going down. So all of a sudden, it was looking like OpTic had been contained up on platform, and they weren't going to be able to get any further. But now it falls to Henny in a 1v3. He's going to waste no time pushing forward here up to the position, but there's players watching out for him at all angles. He's caught. Good reaction. Takes down Mixwell. But he lost half his health in the process. He's got a flashbang on one of these guys. A quick second shot. Goes for the third, but Tarek is finally going to put it into it.
That was a close round. And OpTic, I mean, I love their pace right now. They're just rushing. They have no fear. They're just destroying Immortals on these bomb sites, especially in B. They're just running them over like nobody's business.
And Tarek, of course, now sitting on a whole stack load of cash since he's been surviving. Currently sitting at 7-2. Overall, the OpTic guys have barely even hit it all here. So he's going to be keeping the op in his hands for this round instead of giving it over towards Mixwell for the time being. We will see another forced investment from the Immortals as they try to make up for this. Still looking for some sort of footing in this match, but they've been unable to find it as of yet. So far, with only 6 rounds played, still a lot of time to recover, but again, they need to still find something soon here as this is getting out of hand.
Yeah, OpTic is doing really well on their Molotovs, but it looks like they're just going to rush through again, just spinning around, getting headshots.
I thought Stanislav got both of those, dude.
But still, those are some nice shots, and now it's a 5-on-2 in favor of OpTic. If our team Immortals, I called timeout right after this round.
I mean,
figure out what to do.
We normally see it at the 7-0 is when the 7-round straight is where things fall apart pretty quickly. Apologize, by the way, for possibly freaking people out. My mic peaked there.
It's okay.
A little bit of a moment. Thought he got both those kills.
Hey, you know, it's okay. That's why we watch this. I want to see that excitement, Blue. I want to see it. Get me jumping out of my seat. Get them jumping out of their seat. I love it.
Well, like I scared them out of their seat.
Good.
I don't actually know how loud that was.
Good. Get them. I want them scared.
I apologize.
Get them scared. No, he's not apologizing, guys.
Everybody just maybe bot caster right now. Like, oh, I didn't notice it. Can't even see the kill feed properly from this angle.
It's all right. You know, it's okay. But Henny does save the AWP, so that's a plus in their little game plan. Looks like they're not going to call a timer right now. They are going to save, get some pistols. Hopefully Henny can hit a couple nice AWP shots to start off the round. Maybe in this point, he needs to be a little aggressive. You know, just maybe boost up, do something different. Whatever you guys are doing right now is not working. You got to mix it up at this point.
But for the Immortals here, again, as they do invest themselves just towards upgraded pistols and whatnot. I mean, Henny keeps the AWP in check, obviously, but for the rest of these guys, not that impressive of a buy. With the 7-0 streak still running, we will be seeing them more than likely not being able to do much with this one, but we've been surprised many times before. We'll see how exactly OpTic will take this. On the eco, though, as they are a little bit scared of what Immortals may possibly do against them, just from an aggressive standpoint, they're going to take it a bit slower to start to watch for that early aggression and also to get as much intel as they can. First kill, though, goes to Rush, and they are poised to explode on the A-bombs. And now currently, they've only really got Phelps watching out for a hit. More on the way, and thankfully they'll arrive here in time, but it's still going to be a hard job to defend this site.
Yeah, OpTic, they have 2 people in the A halls, 2 people in the middle. Actually, 3 people in the middle, and Phelps picks the wrong time to pick, or to peek that middle, and Henny, though, gets a off shot. Tark, though, picking off Zeus. Unfortunately, Henny misses a shot, and Mixwell headshots, and now it's a 4-on-1. Lucas, he's going to probably try to get a gun and save it, but I don't know if that's going to work out too well. OpTic is covering all corners. They're not going to let him do anything.
This is cat versus mouse now for Lucas, unfortunately. Oh. He is going to try and see if he can catch, I think Rush, no, okay. That's a bit awkward. He goes for a second kill. Thought Rush saw him because he did a double take on it, but apparently not. And he just crawls right in to what would be the mouse's trap.
Oh, look at that. Just throwing puns all over that round.
Wordsmith, playing with things a bit here.
Oh, you're playing Scrabble? Playing on your phone? I think I've seen you playing that game before, have you?
What, Scrabble?
Yeah.
No?
You should. It's a good game. It's fun.
Yeah, but it's like, the mobile version's like...
It's alright.
It's like, that's like 6 years ago that fad came by, dude.
It still holds up. It still holds up.
It's okay. Alright, well, we get ourselves into another gun round here from the Immortals once again. We will wait and see how exactly they can try to finally piece together at least one round, let alone a gun round for themselves here. At the moment, things aren't looking too great. OpTic just taking it slow. They have slowed down immensely, though, from the first, like, 6 or 7 rounds, though. We were seeing them play the more aggressive pace. The last round started off a bit slower, and it seems like this one is going to be the case as well. Bit of a stack here. You can see Phelps trying to fire through and hit these guys, but the box is giving them good coverage. Ultimately, though, the smokes still cover off both teams, and Phelps isn't going to be able to catch much, but neither will the OpTic guys. Another smoke from the CTs, though, wasting a bit more time, but Phelps continues to go fishing and really just finds nothing.
After the spot, they're kind of just sitting back again, and Tark is taking the bomb towards the middle area, so it looks like OpTic's going to try to take over that A halls area, but Henny's there with an AWP. He's mixing it up. He went towards A, so this could be a good move for Henny, and this is what Immortals need, to get that first pick off the start. But now he's going to be kind of trapped in this area if he doesn't fall back soon. And OpTic decides they're not going to go A after hearing that AWP. Looks like they're going to swing back towards B.
See Henny here too, still hiding out in suicide. He's going to be flanked in a moment, though. He doesn't check his backside. Thankfully, he does. Nicely picked up there. The first kill for him, and now Phelps trying to play with the box a little bit. Bit intense, but as he jumps out there, there are players for Immortals waiting. Mixwell catching a fast trade, but ultimately, again, we see the Immortals shuffled back. And as Zeus pulls away from this one, he will be able to find a kill on a Tarek, but he did kind of leave Lucas out to dry. Now, falls only to one, though, Mixwell, and Zeus is going to handle him as well, so it's warranted. Zeus gets a big 3K and finally gets the Immortals onto the board.
Nice fallback by Zeus right there after getting those kills. You know, repositioning himself and playing safer, so the T's have to come to him. You know, not him always going to the T's. Nice shots, just headshots all around. I like it.
All right. So we do get into a pause here as DeBerry says his involuntary grunt.
I don't know who paused it though. Who do you know?
That is the interesting. I mean, it may just be technical, of course.
Technical.
But timing of it is a bit weird.
It is
The
weird.
one time I did see though that a team actually messed this up was, and it is good. I'm paused now, so we go back into it. But to finish the story, I believe it was Tai Lu that did this at the Cologne qualifiers, where they had been losing like I think it was like 8 or 9 rounds straight. And at the beginning of a round, like after the timer had already gone down, they called a pause for the next round, but then they ended up winning that round. So they kind of like wasted their attack pause to a certain degree.
That's unfortunate. But, you know, you can talk it over, calm each other down.
Yeah, get a moment.
Get a moment.
And then I think they lost the round after that, though, so really basically just worst situation in the world.
Didn't work, and OpTic just kind of doing what looks like their default this map. Molotov and nading heavy towards that wall. Mixwell just rushed through the smoke and gets felled. And now he's spotted the opera towards Coop. He's trying to get him trapped down, but Zeus said no.
All of a sudden, things have turned a bit here. Goes into a 2v3. Not completely out of the question for OpTic to be able to clutch this just yet, but we are going to see them changing up the game plan, working all the way over here towards the mid connector, and eventually pushing up to the A-bomb site. Henny is going to be waiting for this one now, but at the moment, still much more focused on the drop play instead of one that works its way all the way out to the site. So they will let them have free control, at least to a certain degree. And he's going to try to work his way over here, but actually that Molotov was thrown in a little bit deeper than it needed to be, but it works out because Henny goes down and takes a lot more Molotov damage because of that. And now, we'll see how exactly the Immortals are going to try to clutch this out. They'll do a counter boost over there to allow a player to rotate around and open up a bit of a flank, but they're definitely going to be going for this.
I'd hope so. I mean, it's going to take a long time. Hemmy's going to try to get a pick right here, and he does pick off Stanislav by the fence. And now it's a 1-on-3. Naf is going to have to make a move here if he wants to win this round. And Immortals being patient.
Again, he actually unscopes at the right time, but he's got another dude to worry about here from the shed. He's got to be very careful with the way he peeks that, finds the first kill, but now he's got the flank to worry about here, and ultimately, that battle back over there, down towards the ramp, although he does bring bolts down to 20 HP. It buys enough time for Henny to peek out from the doorway once again, and that will allow for the Immortals to close this one out.
Nice patience by Team Immortals to kind of flank them at the end of that round. Most teams would not have done that.
A bit unfortunate that Stanislav just goes for that dry peek there too, out from Suicide, kind of crawling in, that gives up kill. If he had not done that,
could have been a different round.
Yeah, could have gone in the complete opposite direction. We would have been looking at Immortals being completely reset. I mean, look at this right now too, as OpTic still has plenty of cash flow, whereas the Immortals, they had to once again still buy out pretty low for a majority of their players. That definitely would have been right back to the reset territory if OpTic had won that last round.
Play the bomb, ladies and gents. Please play the bomb. I'm a big fan of playing the bomb once it's platted.
Big fan?
Big fan, big fan.
It's a meme.
But OpTic though, they have all 5 people towards this B bomb site. Henny though, he's kind of peeking towards A halls. He hasn't peeked towards the middle, so they don't know how many people are over here. It looks like they're going to wait for the smokes, kind of toss their Molotovs down the drop. Lucas though is holding that drop here. He's holding pretty passive, so he's not going to get hit by any of these flashes. Stanislav is working his way up. Nice little flash here. Nice counter flash.
Look,
oh, he got lucky. Zeus.
Terrible.
Is able to exchange it.
And now Rush is going to be dropping it too, but Lucas with the spin around shotgun kill. That does get corrected, but another peek. Bolts not going to find himself being as well off with the timing there, so he does end up getting taken down by Mixwell. Now the only one left on this site is going to be Zeus. Put himself around the statue at this point. Regardless, though, the very slow pace from OpTic right now. He's causing a delay, and oh my goodness, Zeus tries to go for another up-close shot. And look at this from Mixwell. Perfectly played, finds that kill, and also jumps back down below that platform to find Henny just walking right up. Henny's not ready for that at all. He's brought to 2 HP. He's not done just yet.
Oh,
but
man.
as you can see, Mixwell literally spending like 20 seconds trying to find that shot. He does get it at the end of the day.
I was just waiting for him to wall stab. It's literally like all around his body there in the wall. Zeus, though, had a nice shot on Stanislav, and that round almost just went completely in OpTic favors, but he managed to kind of slow it down a little bit.
Then you can do you see you doing a nice little outline of his opponent there, and then finally that one bullet connects.
Looks like me when I'm playing Counter-Strike. Just all around them, never on the crosshair.
Feels unlucky, man.
Yep, oh, you said it.
Oh, that's it.
Henny, though, he decides he's going to buy an up. He's like, I'm just going to try to carry this round on myself, but they're getting rushed by 3 people. He does pick off 1, and now he's getting trying to pick off another one. Ooh. 2 kills for how many people that pushed him. That was a nice round so far by Henny.
It's on the cusp of recovering that shot, too, and if he had tried to shotgun it, he might have been able to find another kill. This time, though, Mixwell tries to jump through the smoke, and, well, Zeus sees that, so that'll get punished pretty quickly. More flashbang coverage, however, and, okay, we do see the team assist on that one from Rush. Some damage had been done, and somehow Immortals win this, what was basically a full eco with the exception of Henny.
Yeah, OpTic, that was kind of rushed a little bit right there. No
I mean,
pun intended.
going back to what they were doing, I believe, sort of earlier on in the half that was working, but that time just very ill-implemented. And with Henny getting those first 2 kills, it slows down the actual hit from OpTic, buys time for the rotates. And I mean, when they push the site with no intel, it's just a bit of a mess.
Yeah, it was a little mess, and they got 5-7 and then shot in the back. They looked a little confusing there. It would be nice if they just kind of went faster and then slowed down. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to go 1 speed entire round.
Just keep it varied. It's not a drag race.
Yeah, you know, kind of mix it up.
Got those different gears to use.
Keep them guessing.
So OpTic, once again, we'll just go for the B execute here. Zeus actually has a great position with the shotgun, but that smoke obscures players jumping over top of Broken. He can hear them, though. First kill for him. Tries to go for a second one, but it's a bit too long range. He won't grab it. Not only this, too, but Rush finding a second kill and Bolts finding nothing at all here. So OpTic in a great position. I mean, Immortals, in theory, may actually go for a save right now. They're still lining up to, at the very least, try to post and exits. So we see Henny going down into drop with a shotgun and an SMG. Not going to leave them very well off. They've even spotted Henny moving in there too. They try to flash over. Doesn't really work that well. Second flash, however, finds a connection. But I believe Lucas also hits himself partially with that. So wrapping out, first one for him. Long road to go. And unfortunately, it's going to end pretty quickly. Naf trades the kill. And OpTic get themselves onto double digits.
It looks like Immortals is going to have to maybe do a little half buy if they want to get more rounds. At this point, you're down 10-3. I mean, this is a tough choice. I think you have to buy and just try to get some rounds here. And I'm a little surprised that Immortals, I thought I remember last time watching these guys, I remember Henny opting more than platform some of the rounds. And I don't think he's done that once.
I think we saw a little bit of that within the earlier rounds, but I mean, with how much OpTic has been dominating them, that's probably what's caused it, is he's just been very timid about the way he's been playing that too. And obviously we saw a couple rounds back, he's decided to shift over towards A-Long instead, specifically on that eco. I think there was a couple other rounds where they tried it as well, but yeah, maybe just finding that he may have more effectiveness over there since the aggressive pushes aren't working, and they kind of put Phelps on that duty ever since then, but even with Phelps, unfortunately, he hasn't been finding much success, as it's always been smoked off there. He is going to go for it again. Mixwell caught in a bit of an awkward spot there. Had a direct angle onto him, but he's not going to be able to find anything with it.
Yeah, it looks like OpTic's going to swing back towards the speed. They're going to kind of stick to what works, and that's the B kind of take. The B take has been working flawlessly for them. Almost all the times they've taken B, they've at least got in the bomb site. So this is good for them. Tarko is kind of sneak up on the platform. Fel just rushes through and gets a kill. Stanislav is a nice exchange. Now 4-4. Now there's Zeus is hiding by the broken wall. Yeah, surrounded by
Nobody checking for it though, so Zeus is actually going to get that first kill. It doesn't last long though. Good positioning for OpTic, does allow for the trade, and Naf just dominating them right now. It all falls to Lucas in a 1v3. Shotgun, once again, the key weapon for him. Not even really having any guns close by, so eventually Tarek's going to wrap out wide enough there from the statue to be able to spot him. And 11th for OpTic. Thankfully, though, Immortals, as we go into the last round, they've got enough money here for most of their players to invest in their rifles. It's just the shotgun again on Henny. And also for these guys that did invest towards rifles, utility is going to be very, very limited.
Very limited. They only have 3 smokes, 3 flashes, and they don't even have a kit. So playing retake is not really that great of an option for this round. So they want to just pretty much just outkill them, outfrag them. Looks like OpTic can pretty much do this air default. They're a little more aggressive. They're a little more aggressive. And Lucas picks off Mixwell and Tarek. He's going to push through.
And he's not having the best of luck, though. Finds himself in a close-up battle. There we go, the re-peek. Corrects on to Stanislav. He does take him down. And with that, OpTic are only 2 men strong now. Rushed and Naf also being still smoked off here from pushing over here, over towards Broken Wall Plat. And Zeus is just going to be waiting for them a little bit further back if they do go for that push. He didn't even see him that he went over towards that cubby on the left side. So they may believe that's clear right now. So he's very careful with that molly, but you can see the final spread. It doesn't actually end up going towards him. The other molly goes onto the steps. He's clear, and no one's going to check for him, if he's even needed, to be honest. The last man sitting right here, and oh no! This is with that setup. He actually ends up going down, ironically enough, but Lucas manages things quite well. That's going to end the half, though. It'll be 11-4. Good one in itself for OpTic, although things fell apart a little bit there towards the end. But we are going to see how the tables possibly turn when we switch halves in just a few moments, guys. Be sure to stick around, and we'll be back with the second half here at the ESL Pro League.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
OpTic off to a strong start on cobblestone here now as they go up 11-4 in the first half. Whereas Immortals now sink behind a little bit. Took quite a while for them to actually get around. I think it went 8-0 before we finally saw them picking up their first. Now that we jump into the second half, and it's Immortals' time to jump on to the T side and see what kind of strats they bring to the table. DeBears is still with me.
I am still with you.
So,
I'm Immortals. If you saw that last round, they won because they kind of peaked. As you saw in OpTic, that entire half, they would toss a lot of Molotovs and nades, and it's kind of like sit back and wait. And what that caused Immortals to do is also sit back and wait. But it seems like when OpTic enteried and smoked in the bomb site, there was always, Immortals was always flashed or pushed off, kind of smoked off in a way. So what Immortals did that round that worked so well is that they kind of pushed beyond the smoke and kind of peeked at the angles and caught a couple OpTic people off guard. And I think if they did that a little earlier in the half, just like you notice OpTic, they have their nades in their hands like the first 20 seconds of the round, kind of just pushing, flushing them out, Try to get those early picks. Punish them for having those nades out in their hands.
and so guys, we will be jumping into the second half now. OpTic on the CT side, the Immortals on offense. And we'll see how exactly the pistol round flows, as they're employing a very similar strat to what we see time and time again amongst this side. Just pushing directly over here towards the B-bomb site. Stanislaw actually the only one waiting. I mean, OpTic tried to do something a bit crazier. Look at this push they did out towards mid right now. There's no one even in this B-bomb site. Stanislaw was in the site connector, but that's it. So they're going to go for a long plan here to try and flank them out, but I mean, considering the site's completely clear, they might even be expecting something like this by this point now. They move in. Henny's watching for a flank. Zeus to shut down Rush. And Zeus again here, too, just going to be hunting for more. Grabs one that tries to jump. Mixwell finally trades him out, but Bolt's also waiting for drop pressure. And we can see, too, that OpTic, it's a bit of an interesting attempt at a strat, but at the moment, not going so well. We still have to wait and see, though. Round's not over just yet. Mixwell slowly pushing up to the site, as is Stanislaw. Both get wrecked, however, and Naf at the moment is just stuck over here on the broken wall approach.
Talk about an anti-strat right there. That was like complete. Let's just rush B. Let's just rush A. It's like, okay.
Not even really anti-strat. This OpTic, like, I guess we're going to all rush out mid this round.
Maybe they did the same pistol on another match, maybe? I don't know. Maybe it was just luck. Maybe it was just luck or skill timing. You decide. There's always skill timing in this.
Luck.
But OpTic, they're going to do a little gamble stack in B. Lucas, he drops already down. And here he kills Naf off the bat. He's going to be the scouter here. So far, OpTic is peeking one by one, and Immortals is picking the guys apart.
Zeus moving out there. Again, it's just members of OpTic really just turning into cannon fodder on this round, getting destroyed by the Immortals. They do trade out one frag on the Lucas, but on T side, that literally does not mean anything. You can rebuy into that one with no problem at all. And this run's going to be even less impactful from the OpTic side. For the most part, just a couple random nades and P250s. That'll be it. They're saving for that first gun round now.
I'm a big fan of bait the MAC-10. That's what I like to do. Especially if I call strats. Bait the MAC-10 and then just kind of use the rifles to clean up. That's what they did. It worked so well.
So Henny's going to move forward here towards drop. Actually, both members of both teams that initially go down are going to be blind. So this enables Rush amongst the chaos to find at least one pickup here. Trade it out pretty quickly. And again, things go very fast into the control. The guys here from the Immortals side, and we can see Phelps too, just holding the line, preventing anybody from moving in on the A site. And the final two, Naf and Tarek, well, they probably like to rotate over and just line up for exits, but not even that's possible now, as they're moving out to hunt out these final two guys.
Yeah, they're pointing out, try to get some kills and get some armor gone and some maybe MP submachine guns down, and Naf like gets a pick off Phelps. Lucas Selby will jump over, and he's going to kind of sprint around in circles and get 2 kills. Why not? He's been death matching a little bit.
Styling.
Styling. I like that.
Extra points.
Ooh. It looks like Phelps going to keep the P90 because why? Because P90's pretty OP.
The P-Sense were pro, man.
50 bullets. I mean,
don't you know? Clearly,
you don't have to reload.
Few of them have to hit to the head.
You don't have to reload. No, you just aim at your chest, and a couple of them will hit their heads anyways. That's CS:GO.
If you want that extra bit of insurance, that's where the Bison comes in.
The Bison. I don't know about that gun, but P90, crazy. But no ops on OpTic, so this could be in trouble.
Clearly not living up to the name of OpTic. Hey, I try. Horrible puns.
It's okay.
It's my specialty. Anyway, the members of the Immortals are going to go for a heavy drop play initially. Two of them moving downstairs towards it. Not really going to find anything. OpTic are playing a more passive style this one. Flashbang rolls out, but we can see Rush doesn't matter. He's down to 20 HP, but he took 2 kills already. Tarek killing the first player that tries to push out Broken. We still have one sitting inside of the drop room, and that's actually drawing a lot of attention right now. Zeus does find the kill in a mix-wall, so at the very least, the way outside of the window here is open. The problem is he lost his other teammate over there on platform in the midst of this, and Tarek is going to move back through the doors just to finish off Zeus.
Yeah, nice hold by OpTic there. They just were in right positioning, and they had smokes in the right spot. So if Team Immortals had to push, they would have to push through smokes. And they got caught off guard. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if I see Immortal work towards A at least, but it looks like they're going to head towards B again. And they're going to stick to their guns here. All 5 of them are hit towards that B bomb site. They walk it up through here. OpTic though smokes off the B platform. They do have 2 people in A.
Normal smoke as they're expecting now, so we'll hold the mech for a few seconds. Actually, let me correct myself there. They are going to push past it regardless, so they need to call up these rotations quickly, and there's nobody watching the drop entryway. So this is going to be Henny moving out, getting the first kill for free. Phelps finding the second one. Big nade in the chicken coop is going to finish off Naf, and that's a save call, easily.
That was a nice strat by Immortals. It was simple. It was hard to kind of read because it was only a flash or 2 over the wall, and they just rush out in the smoke. So I'm definitely going to be taking that strat and using it for my team. And that's just a nice timed. It's really to counter that smoke on top of the platform area. You know?
See Zeus moving out there, shutting down Stanislaw, leaving just Mixwell up and alive at this point, and everybody's sort of crunching on him too, as you look at it from the mini-map. But a trap closing its jaws, and well, Mixwell going for the pop flash doesn't really affect him though. Oh, nicely done on the peak. It's the instant headshot on Zeus. Second one following it up, keeps the spray going, but unfortunately not going to be able to find the connection quickly enough. So Bolts does put an end to the madness there. A little bit of damage done, but again, Mortals with the amount of rounds they've stacked up, they can eat through that here now. It's not going to cause any immediate long-term negative effects.
Yeah, Team OpTic's going to have to save this round. They're a little low on money. Couple of them, they might be able to buy next round if Tarek Mixwell wants like maybe shotgun or something. You know, shotgun. This map's pretty popular. Why not? It can kill people.
I feel like a lot of things kill people in this game.
Rocks, pop cans. You know.
How awesome would that be, actually? Probably horrible, actually.
People
to be
would
completely
rage.
honest.
I think
Valve would make them one-shots, of course. But if there were just random things on the ground you could pick up and throw people for like 2 or 3 damage would be entertaining.
I stubbed my toe, 10 damage.
Going too fast and hit a wall, that's 10 damage.
That's 10 damage. I mean, this is real life, okay?
Realism. We Battlefield boys now.
And Immortals, though, they just decided to walk up A. No problems there. They do get 1 AK, but are they able to save this AK? Because Rush is on platform B, and Zeus is going gun hunting. He's going to go like, no, I want this AK back. You can't have this. No, you can't have this. Look, oh.
Well, if they nade the wrong time. Good nade, though. Throws out this 30 damage to Rush. Problem is he's got nobody cover that right side, so he does escape back out of the site. Doesn't mean he's safe, though. Another player decides to push him, and there we go. Zeus finally grab it, and Nap kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. This gets taken down by Lucas.
The old reload in the open, you know, that usually gets you. You don't want to reload in the open, guys.
Amazing advice from the Bears.
Don't reload in the open, please. Thank you. Not fly though. Not fly opping. Is this? I haven't seen him off that much.
This is
I've seen him once in a while, right? I've seen him off a couple times.
Well, I mean, just moving it away from Mixwell in general, we've seen this happen a few times now. For the OpTic side, they do tend to change it off every now and again when Mixwell may not be feeling it as well. But as they move in, Mixwell does grab 1 frag, quickly trade it out, and not only this too, but Phelps takes down Rush when he tries to retreat out from drop. A site's pretty much already under their control. Stand zone when that can stop it, and well, he's blind as a bat, so he goes down. Final 2 are already looking to save.
Yeah, nice fast moves by Immortals. Mixwell had the first kill, but then he gets picked off right away right after that. Unfortunate for OpTic that they were able to get blinded by their flashes of Immortals, and they just ran up the A bomb sites, destroyed them. Looks like Notfly's going to save us off, of course. You want to. You want to save that bad boy. It's nice. It's nice to have, especially when your whole team has like $100 each.
I just want to throw it over the fence.
Throw it over the
Equalize things
fence?
a bit.
Oh, I mean, it's...
Actually, there's nowhere in this site you can really throw it out. I
yeah.
don't think anyway. So
I don't know.
it's kind of just stuck with it. Oh.
Hello. Are we still on?
All right. Well, that's a thing that's on screen. So we'll go to us for a moment.
All right,
Windows.
VLC crash, guys.
Apparently VLC
It
crashed.
happens. We work with computers, people. You know how bad it takes you to install something. You have to reboot like 10 times. It's life. Life in general.
Always a good fun when a technical error shows up and
Yeah. Look, it's already
alt
back.
tabs you out of the game when your VLC crashes.
Hey, you know, sometimes
Thanks,
VLC
VLC.
crashes. Thank you, VLC. I appreciate it. But
Really-
now we're back in the game.
Really, anything that alt tabs you from your current program is just not necessarily good programming, to be honest.
I know. They just want to look at me. Look at me. I crashed, guys. Look at me. The tension.
Shoutouts to Windows 10 updates.
Look at me. But looks like Immortals. Let's go chill over by B. We have all 5 people in this area. Bolts looks like he's going to go towards that drop area. Now Fly's going to peek. He does pick off Henny. Nice shot.
And that's actually going to be a huge catalyst, too, because look, he actually gets the second one through the smoke. And not only this, but Mixbubbles grabbed the kill. Rush got the bomb, tries to retrieve the AK, but unfortunately, that's going to melt his doom there as he tries to move back out. He's spotted by Bolts. Bolts picks up 2 kills. Now he's in the 1v3 situation, but also Naf and Tarek both have guns and armor sitting behind it. Stanisol just picked up an AK as well. Aim punch is definitely going to affect him a little bit more adversely, but still. Huge advantage for OpTic now, and all on it. Yeah.
Oh, that's bad timing. Unfortunate timing.
Luck.
Unfortunate luck. But nice round. See, look,
now
he
we're
saved
just playing with people. This is getting a bit really ludicrous now.
Triggered. But, you know, it was awesome that he saved that op, and look, it helped him win the round. You know, the 2 entry op picks. Hey, save guns, guys. It's okay to save guns. I know you want to be Superman and jump around and win 1 on 4, bombs down, but sometimes you got to save the gun for next round.
I mean, despite the fact that we have seen the Immortals pick up 6 rounds in this half with a slight interruption in between, these have not necessarily been shutdown rounds for the Immortals like it was for OpTic, to where they were able to build up a very large economy. These have been very close, which means now, as you can see, already Immortals are basically going to be bought down entirely. Maybe one more force-up after this for these guys, but again, the money does not last very long for the T side, and this is great for OpTic, because if they can break it and put them onto an eco where just a lackluster force-up, then they're going to be in really bad terms actually trying to make this comeback still plausible. As we can see, though, good initial pressure. Look at this from Phelps, though, dropping down. Mixwell hasn't noticed that he already got outside the windows. That first kill's for free, taking him down. And he's taking some guess shots there through the box to see if he can catch any players boosting up on Broken. And now that we have seen Phelps push all the way through and get onto the A bomb site, they're just going to decide to wrap back over. Stanisol tries to go for the flash. It's a bit late, but doesn't matter. Nobody really notices him in Suicide, so he's allowed to escape here. And that's an easy flank opened up for when they want to go for the retake.
Yeah, Immortals is up in the bomb site now. Help is in a nice position up in the tower area, I believe, or is in the... what do we call that room again?
Who? Phelps?
Yeah, you know, that
Call it.
fake storage area.
I don't know, just like Shed Hall. There's a couple names you can call it. But anyway, back into the retake. It's not going very well for OpTic, though. Bolts pushing out there. Stanislaw taking down Bolts. Now, as the last man alive, it's not going to last very long. It's caught trading guns to Zeus, and the Immortals will find the round.
I didn't just want to say that.
You could say it.
You know, it's
okay.
Crack house, okay? Fine, I said it. You happy? You happy? But it was pretty unfortunate. I don't know how they did not spot him come out. I mean, if you're not watching that drop area, you know, it's a little risky.
He moved to watch it, but he moved there like 2 seconds too late is the problem. He had it timed all wrong, or at least the OpTic's calls were off to time that properly. So by the time he's checking for it, he's already out the window, and then he doesn't even realize it. So anyway, look at this from Stanislaw, just out in the open. Grabs the first kill. It is a trade, however. Now, oh god, Naf almost had a double lined up there. For some reason, doesn't connect though. And we see Lucas trying to work his way inside to deny these players from retaking the site. However, they move in very quick, and there's going to be Tarek picking up 1 frag against Lucas. Surprises onto Bolt, gets some good damage onto him, bringing him at 64 HP, and that nade bounces, so it doesn't do great damage to Tarek. Thankfully, Henny's there. He is able to shut him down, and the last man standing is Mixwell. Ballsy with these jumps, man. I wouldn't want to be doing that with the op presence there, but still looking for the shot out in the open. No damage done. So plenty of time to play with, and he's got bomb control too, but eventually he's going to run out of chances there. He'll peek out into the op, and that's where Henny's going to close it out.
OpTic's going to have to save again this round. I would like for them to call timeout. Looks like they did call timeout. Well, you know.
Just a god of predicting those.
No, I mean, I didn't see it, I promise. I didn't see it on the screen when they called it, okay? I'm not
You
a
were
cheater.
just looking at the wall over there.
I was looking to it right over here. I won't say what's over there, but I wasn't looking at the match. And OpTic, well, you know what they have to do? Their T side was great, but now the CT side is kind of like, But it looked like Immortals were almost doing the same thing that OpTic was doing. They're just playing fast pace, not letting OpTic have any time to over rotate or stack sites. They're just going hard in the paint, and it's working. I mean, what is this? This is like old school kind of Cbble, where people just rushed everywhere all the time. But now, and for a while we saw it slow it down, but now it's back to fast pace.
And I mean, I think it was working overall, like I said, a little bit better for OpTic. This is still close, and I mean, if we do not see that turnaround round happening there for the Immortals, then their economy gets broken very quickly. That's the thing, is that their money has never really built up all that much. It was kept very low, very much under control. So OpTic still very much have a good chance to close this out. But again, them constantly being reset every few rounds or so. Like I said earlier, it's been first 3 rounds go to Immortals. OpTic wins the first gun round. Next 3 rounds go to Immortals, so they reset again. They got to rebuild. Same thing happens again. We see OpTic picking up that 1 round 2 back, and now Immortals immediately trade it back out and win another one. So we're just on this constantly repeating process. OpTic can never really stabilize their CT side economy, and well, they're just never really buying all that much. And this is going to be another round where they don't have enough cash. So it's, I mean, for most of these guys, it's just going to be default pistols. They won't even buy armor or even like a flashbang behind it.
Yeah, a lot. Oh, they have 1 flashbang. That's Tarek.
Correct.
But, you know, he's like...
Tarek had like 2,600, though, so we could afford it.
Yeah, yeah.
2K is the magic number.
2K is the magic number, especially when you're down. And there are a lot of resets, and you made a pretty good point on that. It's so hard as a counter-terrorist when you keep getting reset after every gun round that you win. It kind of puts you in a low mental state. You got to kind of shake it off. You're like, hey, guys, come on. Get some rounds together. Let's win. Let's play what we know, what we do. We practice, okay? Practice.
So we will get into this next round here, and it is going to be a full-on eco. So have to try to sort out their emotional issues here now. They will find the first kill. Phelps moving in, though, very quickly picks up 2 more in addition to his first find. Tarek, at the very least, grabs 1, but again, all these kills from OpTic are fairly short-lived. Just a couple random trades that seem to be popping out here and there, so it's left to Naf now with a default USP. He does find an AK sitting on the ground off the corpse of his dead teammate. Basically, he's going to try to do the impossible here. And I believe they already know he's in drop 2 is the other problem, so it's not like he's going to have a big surprise. Peeking out, actually aren't looking to him initially, but now they definitely know where he's moving from. They molly off the approach, and Phelps, with perfect timing, finally commits to that drop push and gets the 4th kill.
4 kills, P90. That's too good. It's just
Coincidence?
Too good. Coincidence? I don't know.
think not. Eco round? What are those?
Eco. But you know what? Still 4 kills. It still came down, you know, got some kills here and there. So, I mean, it still worked. And now Immortals, though, they're taking the bomb towards A. 3 people. So they're kind of slowing it down now. They're not doing the usual fast rush through middle. They are going on contact. It's like you can just walk through smoke with an AWP and pistol. Why not? The balls on that guy. Woo!
And Mixwell is going to be the only one waiting beyond this, too. He does actually find the first kill. Bit of a dip for him. Just moves in there, finds a kill. Not even sure if the Immortals got a full grasp as to where he was moving in from. Hopefully he gets communicated properly, but now more flooding in on the way. They may have to give this up. Thankfully, Phelps got the drop play again, and drop continues to be the linchpin here that gives Immortals an advantage round after round again. They've isolated Phelps at the very least of the approach over here towards balcony. But still, they've got to actually take him down. And Rush is about to move right in here, looking for that kill. Phelps holds on, shuts it down. Mixwell finds another frag, but it's not going to last much longer. Zeus finally taking him down. Phelps is still the real problem here as they're managing the rest of the push. But out comes Phelps. Finds that first pickup, looking for another one with the P90. Tarek is finally going to shut it down, however. And with 50 seconds on the clock, Bolts is now the last man standing in a 1v1. Makes this decision to rotate over towards B, where because Tarek hasn't really spotted him as of yet, he will be able to get onto the site and plan it without having to worry about a presence at all from OpTic.
Tarek is way out of position right now. He's all way long A halls. He has no kit, and Bolts is planning B. Now Tarek has to run for his life. He will be flanking him towards a B, but Bolts, he's going to be in a pretty decent position. He's going to know that he's probably going to be flanking because he's not going to spot him and connect this early.
He's only going to have, I think, about like 15 or so seconds to clear this out and get onto the bomb, since obviously this was a long rotate. He had to waste a lot of time doing it. So moving in, and he's not even being quiet either. He's making a lot of noise. Bolts, in the meantime, hasn't said anything. So there you go. Bolts doesn't even have to do much about that, to be honest. Tarek kind of just hands over the surprise of the flank for him. and vultures the crotch up there, counter out the angle, and win the round.
And look, he keeps buying P90s. He's getting 3 kills every round, gun round eco. It doesn't matter. He's getting at least 3 kills round with P90s. Please don't keep buying P90s on ESCA.
I just found this new gun.
It's called
I've only been using it for a little bit, but I think it's really great. We're thinking about doing a sponsorship together.
P90s all day from this guy, and I mean, it's been working. So you know, don't stop until they stop you. You know what I'm saying? It looks like Henny though. He's in tower. He's really in the tower with an AWP. Oh, what a pubber. This is what
a what?
A pubber. This is what people in pubs do. They just sit in tower and just kind of sit back. Hey guys, I dare you to push.
I thought the term was pugger.
Pubber. No, I'm going old school. Pub. He's pubbing. Okay. Like,
That's a relic from the past, man.
That one person that's a noob, he doesn't know what's going on in the map. Oh, this looks like a good spot.
Henny eventually does abandon the tower play, though. Not finding any pushes from A-Long or anything, which is probably what he was doing up there. Now just going to regroup with the rest of the team and go for the play. Over here towards Jot. Phelps, again with the P90 in hand, looking for shots, but as we see, Broken Wall strikes first. Now Phelps moving in, though, doesn't even check window. That's going to be Stanislaw being able to take him down. Henny finding another pickup, though, from the T side, and Zeus will also clear out Tarek. Final 2 are stuck and drop. They will counter boost, but I think they predicted this. They've got a player watching for this. Henny, though, I expect they do predict it. They do miss the shot. And they'll just promptly smoke that back off. And, well, Mixwell doesn't want anything to do with that now since there is an op there. He's just going to wrap back around.
Yeah, 3-on-2, and it looks like OpTic is going to save their armor and P90. I mean, they have a P90. I don't know if it'll work for them as it did for Immortals, but, you know, it's never give up on the P90.
Never doubt it.
Never doubt it.
It's clearly shown its magic already, as we've seen. It's the golden gun for the Immortals.
It is.
We'll see if its magic transfers over to OpTic or if it's just a one-team affair.
Well, they're going to need some magic if they want to win these next 2 rounds, because whatever they're doing is not working. They're just getting outshot. They're getting outplayed. It seems like when OpTic loses that one person off the bat, they just completely fall apart. They just fall apart like dominoes.
So the guys from Immortals do get to match point now. And again, that P90 just goes right back into the flow for Phelps. Continues to use it. And he's on the cusp of top fragging with it, too. There's actually a 3-way tie for top frag on Immortals right now. 3 other guys are sending at 22 frags each. So with that said,
Nerf.
Bit of a race
Nerf
moment if they win this round to see who's going to be best man on the team. But we will see them again. Also, not even they have a couple of guys outside of drop for the most part. It's going to be another just direct Broken Wall push. There's no resistance at all on the Broken Wall. Look at that. 2 kills. Tarek trading 1 out, but he's stuck here. Actually gets the second, and somehow gets that 3rd kill too. Hunting for another one here, as we can see. Trying to grab it, but finally wrapped up from Phelps. He grabs the kill. He's down to 20 HP, but now Stan moving in here. He does see him in the open. Shuts him down. 1 more to go, but he cannot do it. Zeus shuts it down with his own up, and that's going to be the Immortals closing out this first map, rounding a huge comeback. And with that, they're going to go 1-0 for tonight against OpTic, sinking their rating and possibly now also for the scope of the entire league, allowing the Renegades to take their position in 4th place.
Team OpTic, Tark needed that off like 10 rounds ago. He got 3 kills off the bat in a weird spot. He still managed to pick up kills in the weird spot. And, you know, OpTic, they were so close. I mean, they had that huge lead, and then mentally they just lost it. They, like, just lost confidence. They pretty much didn't do anything about it. Like, they kept playing the same passive positioning, like where's the pushes or anything. Like, just change it up, do something a little different. It's unfortunate to lose that many rounds.
The CT side certainly not treating OpTic very well, of course, after they get themselves off to a good start. And of course, a much closer game compared to our previous sets. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to break down. And in order to do that, we're going to take things over to our analysts now. At the other desk, let's go ahead and talk to Ryu along with Tom.
Thank you, Blue. Thank you, good sir. So, yeah, I mean, we were talking about it while we were watching that map. It's just, you know, a very T-sided map, and you could let off your foot just for a little bit. You're looking really strong. You could have an 11-2, 11-3 lead. Next thing you know, it's 11-4 even at halftime. It's just not enough, though.
Yeah, it's a map that historically has lended itself to these huge comebacks. It seemed like early on in the first half, OpTic was bringing the speed. They were changing pace, but not really letting off the gas, if that makes sense. Meaning they were going fast, and then they would like slow down for 15 seconds and then go fast again.
Right.
They kind of wolf pack. They stayed together. We saw this type of execute very common with a couple of great flashbangs. If you are a coach for a team right now, look at the flashbangs OpTic throws when they run this, because it's something that they actually used to do when Tarek was on CLG. CLG has something very similar. A couple good pop flashes, blinds basically everybody in that area of the broken wall. They can get down and they can get those kills. So they had a really good half that seemed like they were in position, you know, to basically, if they win this pistol round, I think it's a different game, and it looks like a blowout. But you know, the Immortals strike back. We saw Zeus get a kill, couple kills in the pistol round, which is a really big start. They're going to get the plant. They're going to hold this post plant, and they're going to win the round. And then from there, what tends to happen on this map, you have an 11-4, a 12-3 half, and you're like, okay, we won.
Yeah, right.
Just a little bit of pressure that you let off of, and then a team like Immortals that's been there before can bring it back. And then we saw from them that, yeah, like Phelps,
and the pressure's reversed.
Yeah, and you know, Phelps was bringing 50 bullets of pressure down drop pretty regularly.
Yeah.
He's buying a P90 round after round after round, and then, you know, just kind of getting up in their face. And you know, we're gonna see some of his handiwork here. I mean, it's a perfect gun for that kind of a round, right, where there's not a lot of armor and there's a lot of people to shoot at. But even on gun rounds, like, they would win this round, they would win the next round, and he's like, oh, I'm just gonna buy a P90 again, just flying down in their face. Several rounds he would run down drop, sprint up behind, and pinch the site towards A. And OpTic just didn't seem to have an answer for its CT side.
Even though OpTic let Immortals back in the game, there were still opportunities for them to walk away with the win. We could see they were up 13-12 here even. But we saw, I think it was Tarek with, well, he had some really nice, you know, op shots over there in the corner. I think he got, you know, a 3-piece or something like that. But I believe it was him that just took the longest flank of all time, the scenic route. And we were talking, he just wasted at least 15 or 20 seconds. And then even, you know, the guys at the desk, at the caster's desk, running around making so much noise because of how much time he had left. He had to, you know, push super fast.
Yeah, and here, this is the round that he gets 3 kills because they, similarly to what we saw from OpTic, they kind of jumped out and cleared towards the right, trying to catch somebody with a nade in their hand, an E-box, or behind the square area. But yeah, they had a 1v1. They actually had 2, so that was a 1v1 there.
1v1 right there.
But the other 1v1 that you're talking about, Tarek had a 1v1. I think it was against Bolts. Bolts took the bomb, ran towards A, got the plant, and Tarek with no kit, instead of just rotating through connector, which is like a 11 or 12 second rotate, runs the entire length of the map, like runs down middle, runs out middle, runs up, and then comes all the way around. And because of that, Bolts is able to just play off sound and win that round. He could have basically not even shot and won the round because I just don't think Tarek had the time for the defuse. So
sometimes you can overthink things and be like, all right, well, I'm gonna go and take this route and try to be sneaky. But when, you know, we are sitting there looking at where everyone's positioned on the map and looking at the mini map, he's definitely gonna be slamming his head against the wall.
Yeah, and that's one that, you know, that the clock is getting a little bit low. Bolts took the bomb. You would assume that his teammates would have called like, yeah, you know, we don't have bomb down. He's got bomb.
Right.
And the smart play would probably be to quickly get into that connector area because you're quick to either site. And then for whatever reason, he decided to take a super long rotate in that 1v1 where
he had to have known the bomb was going to be.
Yeah, sometimes a player will take the bomb and then just like sit there and force you to make a play. But if he falls to connector, he's quick to either site, and instead, in that 1v1, for whatever reason with no kid, he runs the long way. And I know Tarek's been one that people say like he isn't the smartest player. Usually his game sense, like his natural game sense and just his gut feel for the game would give him a better read than that. But that's definitely a play that I know he'd like to have back because that is a 1v1 that can get them the 14th round, maybe the 15th round, and either put this in overtime or give them a chance to close in regulation.
It's unfortunate for OpTic, you know, and OpTic fans because you look in that 1v1, you look at the 11-4, and this is a huge map for them. If they're able to take down Immortals is looking like one of the top teams, and we're talking about how OpTic really wants to make their way over towards the top 4 and push towards the playoffs. So if they could have walked away with this one, potentially walk away with the next one, we're looking at a 2-0. But now this is not necessarily a must win, but we're almost to that point where it's just like, yeah, it's close, but you got to walk away with the W.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for Immortals to distance themselves from the rest of that pack of teams that are in that like slightly under 500 to slightly over 500 range. So this is a huge map for them. And then on the Immortals side, it's on the OpTic side, you just have to mentally get over it because you were playing Cobblestone. Yes, you didn't play your best. Yes, your CT side was pretty bad, but it's a map that this happens on a lot. So it's going to feel worse than it actually is. They need to mentally reset because if they go 0-2 to Immortals, and there's been teams that have the opportunity now to 1-1 Immortals, that's going to come back to haunt them at the end of the season.
All right, guys. Well, now is that time I want to give a shout out to thescoreesports.com. Go on, take out your phone. Lex, yeah, I see you on your phone. Go download the app right now, iOS or Android device. Go into Google Play App Store and check it out. And don't go anywhere. We're going to have the second map. I believe it is Cash going on between Immortals and OpTic Gaming after this short break.